Welcome back, everybody, to the All Fresh Chat. I am your co-host, DJ Bass. Actually, today, well, I want to say this week, we weren't able to record a podcast, but I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to react to some old videos and kind of give you like the input on some of these videos of like stuff we previously talked about in our podcast. A lot of it's from basically just paying dues. When I released Happy Music, that was my first mixtape I released. l.hundo released his The Ominous mixtape. And here's like some sessions of us recording with the homies and some rehearsals and some pretty cool stories. So it's a little different, but you know, bear with me. First one was actually, this was the night we finished Happy Music. I would think I was like at like 10 tracks. I really just wanted 12. The homie, Dumb Guy, Buck Ruga, Philly Mills, they all came through and we recorded like 2 or 3 tracks, I want to say. And we finished the album that night. And actually, here's a little situation that happened during the session. This is why you shouldn't sleep in the studio.
Go.
Session, basis pad, finishing up Happy Music. Bills, the boys is here. Hey, Philly, can you throw away your can?
Honda right there.
My bad. Yeah. We're drinking it up. I just pounded my monster. Let me toss it away. Come join.
Of course, this is my bedroom. This is where all the recording would happen. And it was cool. Wake up in the morning and you get to work on your music or work on your passion. It was cool doing that. It was cool having people come over. It sucked that like there was a bed in the way and there's like no couch. There's nowhere to sit. It's just my desk chair and then of course my bed. A lot of times people would come over and they would just knock out.
Put trash cans over there. Trash cans over here.
Me right there. God.
That's Fuzzy.
Fuzzy is Buck Ruga.
Toby.
This is why you shouldn't sleep in the studio. Especially when you're around homies.
Happy Music coming later on tonight. Out now, finishing up tonight. 20 minutes. The party mixtape, Philly Mills, DJ Bass, Myth the Ominous, Dumb Guy on the camera.
Dummy Black Chucks.
Fuzzy our trash can.
Assist.
We'll get back to you in a minute when we're done with the track.
By the time you get this, Happy Music will be out.
Peace.
There you go.
Yeah, so we finished this track. Oh my gosh, I paused the wrong fucking time. Well, we finished up a track. That was it. I released Happy Music that night after the recording session. It was cool, man. Like they really clutched up. Like I don't even think I was in SO at the time or Sonata Orchestration, but they came through and they clutched up. They wrote their rhymes that same night and recorded like 2 or 3 tracks. Like I said, after Buck Ruga was done recording, he knocked out. And I think that same night we took off his shoes and drew on his feet. We wrote some, of course, we drew penises and all that stuff, but we made smiley faces on his toes, and that was a fun moment in time. Yeah, that was Happy Music 1, I want to say. Happy Music 1, the mixtape. I don't have a copy of that anymore. If anybody has a copy, please let me know. Please give me a copy because I would like to listen to that again. Let's see what else. All right, this one right here.
Yo, what's good? It's Valentine's Day. While all y'all are hugged up with your loved ones.
It was Valentine's Day, and at the time, a majority of us were single. The homie Dumb Guy, of course, you know, he went on, on a date with his wife and whatnot. But the rest of us were just in the studio all day, just putting in work, and we were actually recording for Happy Music 2, which never got released due to some I guess that's the story for another time. But yeah, Happy Music 2 never really got released, but we recorded a lot of stuff for it. This is actually one of the sessions. And one of the sessions, you're gonna see Philly, his writing process, my beat process at the time. Get this started.
We're in the studio, fucking putting in work.
Do work, son.
Do work. Bass, this is just chopping up this beat.
MPC 1000.
About to bang some shit out today. Show them what you get. What you do, Bass?
I was so camera
I got
shy.
this sample from the Yes Band, and it's going pretty well.
Come on, dude.
I got so far.
I actually still have that beat. I miss the MPC, man. The MPC 1000 was one of my favorite beat machines I've ever had. Now I make everything on my phone. Or at least times the finger drumming right there.
What do you think?
Hey, I like it. Shit. I don't know what to say. It's just fucking hard.
It's separated already.
Yeah, it's just, let's get it cracking.
What do you have?
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I made this beat probably in the morning, and we just want, I don't know why, we wanted footage to put on YouTube, and YouTube was brand new at the time. We wanted footage, so I had to like reopen this beat and kind of like remake it from scratch, quote unquote. I think the lyrics were written on the spot, but like the beat was made during the day. Excuse me. The beat was made during the day. They came over, we were recording all day. Philly was actually recording some last minute stuff for his mixtape, the party mixtape. After that, we just started getting busy. Our dummy black chucks rolled through and the shy bass.
What do you have?
I just separating the track and seeing how the levels are.
Just looping a 2-bar loop. That's all I'm doing. God, I was so young then.
About done.
Nah, that's that shit.
I'm about done. Let's see how it sounds from the beginning.
Now, my computer monitor was actually my TV, my first flat screen TV, and at the time it cost a fortune. But you know, I was making pretty decent money working where I was actually working 3 jobs. I was working my main job, my side job, and I was DJing on the weekends. A lot of the equipment you see on here, actually, I saved up everything I could, and of course paying rent and then buying what I could. And everything in the studio you see now got stolen. My house got broken into and somebody stole it. Hard to tell who did it because so many people came through. People I didn't know, young and dumb. Let's go.
This is the writing portion of it.
Catfish mustache.
Philly Mills
We always
writing
made
to
fun
the
of him
track.
because of that.
It'll take forever.
This is where we wait.
Actually, yeah, the cool thing about Philly Mills is that he doesn't write anything down. Everything is all off the head. He memorizes his lyrics. Nothing gets written. It's really, really talented. We call him the punchline king because I don't know where he comes up with these punchlines. He reminds me of like Jay-Z meets Wayne, like Lil Wayne. There's times where he takes a long time to write something, and there's times where he can write something on the spot. I think he freestyles a lot of his stuff, but the shit he comes up with is super, super impactful. This night, unfortunately, he was taking forever. The beat, like I said, the beat was already made. It was already separated, all that. We were just waiting on him to get it done. We're waiting around. L.hundo. Yeah, it took him a long time for this. I think it took him like an hour and a half to write these lyrics. Or come up with the lyrics. I don't know what the hell he was doing, but
This booth was designed for taller individuals such as I, mid, and bass.
I was actually the same height as Philly.
No,
Not me!
notice how it's broken.
We got the broken fucking
Yeah,
mic
it broke.
stand.
Hey, but if you want to play pool, I got you too.
So the homie came through with his sister, and they were both rappers, and they're actually really good, but they've never been into a studio. The first time they came through, they had like some music on like on a little recorder, one of those little tape recorders that they had in the 90s. They recorded on that. So when they came through, the homie got in the booth first, recorded his track, recorded his verse, and then his sister got in. She was taller than me, so when she got in there, she had to adjust the mic. And instead of, of course, if you ever adjusted the mic, you have to twist and then you pull up. And I don't know what she did, but she just freaking yanked that thing out of, and it broke, it snapped in half. And that's why there's a pull cue right there. A pull cue, and then it's like duct tape, so it stays up.
That's a pull stick right there.
That's like tape.
I can't move it up or down, so I gotta rap on my tippy
That's how us
toes.
Mexicans do it.
Gotta spit on the tippy toes because I can't move that shit up.
Are you-
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah.
The recording booth was in, of course, my walk-in closet, and actually, it was really, really good. We recorded a lot of music at that time, and this is where everybody would come record. It sucked. It was in a closet, and my clothes were in there. But the cool thing about it was that there was no sound bouncing off. Maybe off the wall you see here, but yeah, there was hardly any sound bouncing off because all the clothes were there. It sucked when people would come through, and then like they would, of course, go in there with beer and stuff, and they would get like too faded to like record anything and they're being sloppy and then they drop. Of course, one guy came in thinking he was the shit, went to like record in the booth. At the time, I had these little CD players I would take to gigs with me, and I had them just stashed in there because I didn't want them to be on the in my garage or outside anywhere. I don't know what the fuck made him light a cigarette in my closet while he was recording. The beer he put it on this little dresser I had in there. Like there was hardly any room because there was clothes on top of it. He put it on there and it fell all over my CDJs and they never worked after that. And God, I was so pissed.
Fuck you was what they tell me, cause I never told them help me. I study game with a CD case full of stolen LPs. Know about me, I'm out of place like the snow and hell freeze. The flow's the E-pill, you feel it, but you can't roll without me. We murder rookies, blooded them up when the parents looking. We really want to go and hurt y'all, really.
Yeah. Done?
It's good.
We're done.
All good?
Yep.
Yeah, you can see all the clothes in there. It was fucking jam packed in that shit. That's how we rolled back then. Like we didn't have the money for the big studios and stuff. We just recorded at the crib. That was the studio. We all go through it, man. You see like those memes of like, I'm gonna be in the studio tonight and it's a bedroom with like a little microphone hanging from like a freaking clothes hanger. That's how you get shit done. Like I've always said, you don't need the top quality studio equipment, although it does help. I'm not gonna lie, it does help having all that, but you don't need that to record and make some freaking bangers. Good instance is when Biggie recorded Notorious Thugs, I believe. He recorded in a studio, but Bone Thugs and Harmony, they recorded in a bedroom. That's at least that's the story I heard. So I mean, you don't need freaking a big time studio to record your shit, or you don't need the best equipment as long as you can do something. Like I mean, I make beats on my fucking phone and my shit bangs, but you don't need all that shit. Not saying it doesn't help. Like I said, rocking J's doesn't make you a better basketball player. You can rock the freaking cheapest freaking. You can rock Shaq shoes and play a fucking mean ass fucking pickup game.
That's how you lay down a track. Not no paper or pen, son.
Yep. No paper, no pen.
Listen to it.
Yeah. The things I do.
Stop looking at my girlfriend, dude. Yeah.
She's laying her half.
I forgot what magazine that was, but that was that was one of the magazines from not the Source, but it was a double XL magazine. I wish it was porn.
Yeah.
Hey,
You still alive?
I'm done.
Smells like a new man.
Smells like a baby was born.
That was one thing that sucked about having a recording studio in my bedroom was there was a restroom right there. Motherfuckers would come through, record, and they would go either in my restroom to like throw up or take a shit, and I would have to deal with it the next day because of course they wouldn't give a shit. But it fucking sucked having that there. Yeah, dude, I hated that shit.
There's madness in there. Dropping shit in the booth, dropping shit in the
I
bathroom.
don't think he washed his hands.
Night's a wrap. We handle business today. Valentine's Day. Fucking came through the studio and just murdered shit. So this is the full length track right after this. We got the party mixtape out. We got happy music out. Myth the Ominous mixtape out. Lo Proximo
Myth the Ominous is actually l.hundo. That was his name. He still rocks that name sometimes, every once in a while.
mixtape out. Does the Eagles album on iTunes out. Speak of the Devil out. What else we got out? Jack Patron, Leadmouth out. Shots of Patron coming soon. And then The Hangover.
Yeah, that was crazy times, man. A lot of those albums he mentioned, I had some production on a lot of them except for the early stuff. The Desert Eagles album and the Speak of the Devil, I didn't have any production on that, but I was paying my dues. Like we talked about in previous episodes, I was paying dues. I was freaking in the studio recording these guys. Well, I was giving them beats. I was DJing for them. You'll see that in the next video. Me and actually l.hundo, he's in all these videos because he was there, and he told the story of he was always there and they didn't really give him like much attention until he started to break out of a shell and started rhyming on his own beats, and I started showing everybody all the stuff he recorded. We were just paying our dues, man. We were paying our dues to be in the Sonata orchestration team, and we finally became a part of it. It was super dope. Believe me, we learned a lot from these guys. Blockspot. We still fuck with Blockspot. The Hangover Studio sessions. This was supposed to be like a whole thing too, but I don't know what happened. Oh, we did record. Never mind. I take that back. We did record a lot of sessions. This was the party mixtape right here. All those freaking, I don't know why we messed with this. Pizza, all that stuff. Yeah, we were kids, man. But that was a cool experience. When like if a lot of you guys listen to our podcast, there's a lot of stuff we talk about on there. And these were some of the experiences we had. Rehearsal. Last video of the night. And like I said, you know, when we rehearse, we talk about the set. We make sure everybody is there for rehearsal. The DJ stuff is all there. You know, we had to run through these rehearsals at least 3, 4, maybe 5 times in one night to get it perfectly right. And throughout the night, we'd of course be drinking. We get to a point where buzzed on the point of being drunk, but we still deliver it the way we do it when we're sober. And this is actually a really, really good video to showcase that. As the homie quiet. We're actually at let me fast forward this a little bit. Oh man, there's a young skinny bass. But anyways, we were actually at the homie Exact Opposite's house. This was I Fit the Description and Mechanism. Their spot was like it was the live spot, I guess. They had drums, they had, you know, records, and it was a cool environment. You just get down. I mean, like there's freaking these turntables were there. Like they're in the kitchen. Like all I did was bring my laptop. Homie Misfit. This is where we were rehearsing for his show, because he had a show coming up and we rehearsed for his. Actually, the show we're rehearsing for was the show that we did at that garage when l.hundo was talking about on our previous podcast. His first show was in his garage. Like there was literally a freaking garage, like a business garage where people fix cars for money. Yeah, this was the show we were rehearsing for. We were paying dues. We were putting in work. This is rehearsal. Homie quiet writing his rhymes. Homie Mechanism. Exact Opposites. I think he jumped on last minute. He's trying to remember his lyrics, and they were trying to make him remember the hook, because it's a hook that it was actually for a song he's not a part of. He's just jumping on last minute, like I said. That's the homie Philly. But this is Philly Mills. I want to stop for a minute because this is Philly Mills. We mention him almost on every podcast we ever talk about. This was the dude. This was the big brother. He was the one that took me under his wing, you know, as a DJ producer, and he taught me how to perform better. Like, I don't know, I was a better performer whenever I was with him, as far as like DJing, you know, picking up the mic. Actually, I wasn't even picking up the mic at the time, but you know, helping him out was actually taught me a lot. But not to choke her out. Now we're taking a break, drinking, you know, having fun. Not trying to burn ourselves out with rehearsing and whatnot. Random girl, I don't know who she is. I don't know where anybody is. I don't know who I am sometimes. Motherfuckers suck at pool. The funny thing about that is when I was DJing in the background, out of all everything that was going on, that's the only thing I could hear in the whole house. Motherfuckers suck at pool. Yeah, you can tell where we're starting to get a little faded. The homie served 1 from 3 strikes. Homie's been a dope drummer. Actually, he's a drummer for Cakes. He's a part of the assholes, I guess you could say. Oh, I actually did pick up the mic. That's crazy. Let me see that shit. Yeah, this was the first time I was starting to pick up the mic, help them out with the ad-libs. I don't even think I did it at a show, but I think I just started like practicing with them. Paying dues, man. I was freaking DJing for them. I was doing all that stuff. Like, I was paying my dues, like we say in our previous episodes. If you guys listen to it, pay your dues whenever, you know, if you want to get better, you want to be a part of something. If you're just doing it for yourself, you have to pay dues. You have to pave the way. Yeah, we were already faded. This is actually l.hundo. The funny little story behind this was he had got there before I did. Keep in mind, we were not a part of SO. We weren't part of DE, any of that. We were just, of course, putting in the work. But he showed up to their house before I had got there. He brought his MPC because he wanted to show them beats. I was at work. I remember he showed up and he didn't bring a power cord. So that story is true. Like this was the same night. He forgot his power cord and he says it on his episode. Hey, he joked about it. He's like, hey, you got an extra power cord because he didn't have it, and he really wanted to show them beats. Yeah, that was I remember him calling me on my way home. I wasn't even going home. I was going straight from work to rehearsal because I had got off late. Yeah, he had called me. He's like, dude, you got an extra power cord? And I was like, no, I'm not even going home. I don't know where they found it, but they found an extra power cord. But yeah, that was the little story that he kind of joked about. It's a true story. l.hundo, all focused. Yeah, here we go again. Yeah, like we're already like out of it, but we're still trying to rehearse like we did when we first started doing it. I think Client's gonna want me to take this part out. Only after the description. Oh, that was it. That was a freaking cool, like little journey in time. I'm gonna get a little better at this. Anyways, this was the off-rest chat. This was actually not a podcast, but this is just me reacting to some videos and some of the old videos. You can actually find these videos still on YouTube. It was just a moment of time when we were paying our dues and we were working toward our goal, which was to like just make music every day, and we still do. Damn, we gone through a lot, man. That's freaking dope. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions or just anything, always hit us up. You can leave it in the comments. You can DM us, whatever you guys want. We paid a lot of dues. This was fun times. We hope to do it again. as funny as it sounds, I hope we can do it again. We all get together and do this shit again. All right, man. Peace.